Thank you very much for coming today. And I will try to speak in English, and then the important part 我會講啲廣東話，好冇？好。就盡量我講英文，重要嘢我會加啲廣東話落去。就你都知道我係叫陳建醒醫生嚇，我係Dr. Thomas Chan，OK？咁樣我係唐街30年㗎啦。I practice medicine in China for about 30 years, and I also the co-chair of the Greater Chinatown Civic Coalition， 就係大華埠民權聯盟。Today we are here because of the congestion pricing, which is just approved by the federal on June 26, just 2 weeks ago. Oh, that's good. I have in mind. Okay, that's helpful. Okay, 你知道 after pandemic, 我哋嘅 economy has not recovered yet. Now New York City is going to start congestion pricing, which will be devastating to Chinatown and Little Italy. 因為你知道我哋嘅經濟嗰個疫情後仲未復原，但係而家紐約市又話要擠塞收費，會影響我哋唐街好犀利嘅。咁樣 today 嘅 agenda，okay? Let me start with a brief history of the congestion pricing and its major problem to our area. Afterward, I will have our CCPA chair, our president, Raymond Chan, and our speaker to speak more about congestion pricing problem. Then, after that, we will open to everyone for comments, suggestions, and possible plan. At the end, we would like to form a coalition to work together for future action, how to do about the congestion pricing. So that's the 4 agenda we have here, okay? First, remember the form we're giving you? Please fill out, because that's how we can contact you for the next meeting, our next action. You know, we need your name and your cell phone, email, whatever. So please fill out and give it to the lady May and Kathy here. So 2 beautiful women here, just give it to them. And that's very important, okay? So anyway, New York City, we have been talking about congestion pricing for the last about 50 years. It was never successful until now, because NTA has such big deficit. That means we have to pay for it. The congestion pricing. Oh, Jackie, hi. This is our Secretary General. The congestion pricing is under NTA authority. The New York State Governor, the NTA board is mainly appointed by our New York State Governor. So New York State has authority over the NTA. And New York City actually just a little authority. Of course, New York City has input to it, but the congestion pricing does not need to be passed by New York City. It's passed by the New York State. So we know the New York State already passed the congestion pricing, and the federal just passed on June 26th. So what that means is congestion pricing is not going away since it's already passed by New York State and by the federal. So it will be effective in the springtime of the 2024. Currently, it's set at $23 during daytime and $17 for nighttime non-peak hours. Everybody squeeze in. Everybody, some empty room there, just everybody just squeeze in, please. Yeah, we got this some room. So for the next few months, it's very critical time for us because the Traffic Mobility Review Board, which is under NTA, they will review all the exemptions and all the requests for reduced fees. Other groups have already started lobbying for exemption, like for example Uber. You know, Uber had last month they have big lobbying team. They want the MTA only charge them 1 time per day. Not if they go in and out, they still only got charged 1 time. Like New Jersey and the Midtown residents, they are lobbying their tunnel fee will be included in the $23， 就係話意思就係話我哋紐約市、紐約州同埋國家政府已經批准咗㗎啦，我哋冇得改嗰個 congestion 費。但係問題係呢幾個月之內，我哋一定要做啲功夫，因為係要申請減價，申請避免我哋呢個區可唔可以減價？因為其他區已經開始申請㗎啦，好似嗰啲 Uber 已經話佢哋一日俾一次，喺中城嗰啲人咧話 New Jersey 人已經話佢哋因為佢過嗰個橋啊，過個 tunnel 啊，嗰個隧道啊，每次來回都要16蚊。咁樣佢話23蚊，佢淨係俾23蚊嘅啫。咁樣意思就話佢哋特俾7蚊 ，OK？ 咁樣等於我哋唐人街咧，我哋嘅橋冇錢㗎嘛，等於我哋唐人街反而我哋窮人要俾23蚊，佢哋俾7蚊。所以如果佢哋 approve 咗我哋有問題，變咗我哋我哋變 discriminated， 因為我哋唐街要俾$23，we have to pay the whole $23。The midtown they say they want to incorporate that tunnel fee into that $23. I mean they only pay $7 on top of the $16. So everyone now is trying to lobbying to get the fee down. No one wants to pay $23. If we had to pay $23, we don't get together doing something now. You know, all our store, our restaurant are in trouble in Little Italy in Chinatown. Who come in to shop and eat in Little Italy and Chinatown and pay $23 come over and then and try to find some parking? I think many of our store and restaurants are not going to survive. And then also, you know, many elderly who move out of Chinatown because we don't have affordable housing in Chinatown. But they still come back here to see doctors, to use the community places, to socialize with their friends and pay some MJ. They cannot come back because why? Because the children got to drive them into the Chinatown. 我就話佢收23蚊嘅年紀老人家都唔可以入嚟唐街睇病，都唔可以翻嚟公所同啲朋友傾下偈嘅話，因為佢哋好多人就你車佢哋，邊個會車佢哋嚟啊？你話 ？And another thing is our workforce. You know, our workforce in this area already so short. We have a big shortage of workforce. If they charge $23, remember many workers they don't come in by subway. They call pool to come into work. There are a few people they call pool to get, especially women worker. Because they are afraid of the subway, because they feel unsafe. If they charge them $23, you think they could come into work in Manhattan? They change their job. They go to Brooklyn. They go to. So we might not even find people to work in Manhattan in this area. We're going to be in big trouble. So very important. We have to get together to do something. I will let our chairman, our president, and our speaker speak more about congestion pricing problem. After that. Then we will open to the floor for comment and for suggestions. Also, I have some plan. Some suggestions I want to lay out and let you guys think about it. After that, then we're going to do something. We're going to unite together. Maybe next time we have a Zoom meeting. Maybe we can do something more. So let me have CCBA President Raymond Shang take over. Thank you.
So I'm going to stay seated. I'm not as active as so I'm just going to take it easy. But welcome everyone to the CCBA. I am the current president, Raymond, and I think Dr. Chan already went through most of the important points. But I have to share like something about myself also. I am a lifelong someone that's been in New York City my whole life, the 5 boroughs. Born and raised in Chinatown, so I'm very familiar with this area itself. And
陈主席，你把那个电灯关掉了。
So yeah, born and raised in Chinatown, and I moved to Staten Island a few years ago, where I've been paying toll for the past 15 years, and now I've been traveling to Chinatown every day for work, so I'm very familiar with tolls and everything like that. And it's one of those things that we're wondering why it's happening, because we're still recovering from post-pandemic events, and our community itself is already having such issues, trying to struggle to revive itself, and now we are facing this $23 congestion pricing that will limit, I guess, people's access to our Chinatown. All our businesses are already struggling with trying to keep up with pricing and everything like that, and now people have to consider, like, are people still going to come to our Chinatown when this $23 toll goes into effect? So that's one of those biggest issues. And aside from that, it's just that in general, like, there's also a lot of mention on the deficit that MTA is facing, but also all the uncollected tolls that the MTA has that probably would have covered this deficit between all the fare invaders that have not paid their fare to use at the MTA, and all the other people that have not paid their tolls by using fake license plates, fake tags. Like those are like big issues that the MTA should pay more attention to, instead of trying to, I guess, ask the good, honest people for more money to cover this deficit from their lazy, I guess, work, and that they're not trying to recover all this money that they're actually owed. So, I mean, there's a lot more points, but there's also so many people in this room, so I shared my part, and I'm just gonna pass on the mic, and I guess everyone's gonna eventually share what they feel about this congestion pricing. So thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Richard.
Hey, hello, everyone. Sorry, Raymond, I'm going to stand, but they teach you this in law school. You got to stand up. 大家好. Raymond said he speak in English. He said for me to speak in Cantonese, so I'm going to go, but you go, it's going to, people's ears are going to cry. So I'll do this in English.
I translate for you.
You could translate for me. Okay, okay. All right. Congestion pricing is a disaster for Chinatown and Little Italy. And please, it's really important. It's not just Chinatown, it's Chinatown and Little Italy. We really are one community because it affects all of us in exactly the same way. How many folks here own restaurants or stores in Chinatown and Little Italy? Come on, a lot of people. Your customers, they're gonna come and drive in and pay an extra $23? How are your restaurants and stores doing after the pandemic? You guys still have business after the pandemic? You're gonna see that's gonna disappear. We're not gonna get our dim sum, we're not gonna get our pizza, we're not gonna get our pasta, we're not gonna get our tasubao in Chinatown. We'll go to Bronx, we'll go to Brooklyn, we'll go to Queens. Come on, this is crazy. Congestion pricing was designed to offset the MTA deficits by charging the rich folks over in, 42nd Street and 50th Street and Central Park. These guys, not us. Come on, this is crazy. Congestion pricing is coming, but we need carve-outs. We need carve-outs for the people that live here. We need carve-outs for the businesses that struggle here. And that's what this is about. I don't think we can stop it from coming, but we can at least get some benefits for those that are going to be really affected by this. All right, so that's what we're here. Thank you. Justin?
First, I'd like to thank you, Dr. Thomas Chen,
Yes.
and Mr. Jackie Wang organized this very important community meeting. And just like Mr. Kusi said, this has really impacted Chinatown and the Little Italy. And these two communities has been struggled since the pandemic. But so far we haven't heard too many good news from the federal, from the state, and from the city. And the only thing we heard are bad news. They are not helping us. We are trying to survive. We try to revive. But so far, we haven't received much help from all the levels of the government. And congestion pricing, 20 years ago, Mayor Bloomberg tried once, but was killed by the state. So this time, unfortunately, state with it. State support congestion pricing. And just like Mr. Kusi said, federal already approved it. This congestion pricing is going to be implemented. What we should do now, like Dr. Thomas Chen and President Raymond said, we still have room to negotiate with the state. Maybe we cannot eliminate $23, but can we change to $3, $2, or $1? That's my dream. But one thing, they say the money should go to MTA. Because in the MTA, when they charge people money, people will take MTA. But MTA in such bad shape, Who want to take MTA? If they want us to take MTA, first they should fix MTA, then charge congestion pricing, then charge it up $23. Then we have choice. We take MTA to come to Chinatown. And especially, I really disappointed about the whole process because nobody really talked to us about this issue, which impact us so big, so huge, so tragically. Anybody talk to you? No. May I ask you, anybody talk to you?
No.
Did the federal people talk to you?
No.
Did the state people talk to you?
No.
Did the city people talk to you?
No.
Community board talk to you?
No.
Nobody. Nobody talked to us. But we are the people who take the burden of $23. And the $23 is not a small amount. Maybe one day, $23 I pay. But for Dr. Chen, he comes to Chinatown every day. He has to pay more than $6,000 every year. And he's patient. What choice Dr. Chen has? He's going to move his clinic to Brooklyn. And all his patients follow him to Brooklyn because they don't have to pay $23. They only have to pay $10 copay to Dr. Chen. So we have so many doctors, hundreds of doctors practice in Chinatown. I doubt many of them live in Chinatown. Very few. If all the doctors are gone, all the accountants are gone, all the bookkeepers are gone, all the people who serve us, all the druggists are gone, pharmacists are gone, and the customer will leave us too. What do we have left? And nobody come here to come to our restaurant because plus 20% tips, then you have to pay another $23 to park your car to come in. So this is life and death for our community. We didn't say anything before. That's our fault. But we are going to say something now. We are going to reverse this situation. We have been suffering long enough. Now we can tell the federal, the state, even the city, which city has no direct control to this congestion pricing. But we have to let the mayor know. We don't agree with you. You support congestion pricing, we don't. This is our community, Little Italy and Chinatown. This is the only community we have. We live here. My grandchildren study in Chinese school upstairs. If they have to pay $23 every day from Long Island to Chinatown, I don't think I can afford the tuition fees to pay to pay President Raymond. We still have time. Now I beg you, all of you, we have to get together, become one unified voice against $23.
Yes.
Against $23. Yes. It's not fair. The United States of America is not only for rich people. Rich people can pay. They can pay $2,300 to come to Manhattan. But how about the poor people? They try to survive every day. $23, you add it up. 5 days, 115. We have 50 some weeks. How much you have to pay? We will not allow this happening to us. We will not allow people killing us gradually. Thank you very much.
Can you introduce yourself?
主席同埋各位想同埋陳醫生大家喺度頭先聽嘅係英文，但我想講下中文。
OK。
今日呢個要會話23蚊，23蚊唔係話好大嘅數目，亦唔係好細嘅數目，但喺我哋單攤嚟講咧係一好重要，對我哋中國城或者對我哋啲商家，對我哋啲喺度做生意嘅，如果你每一日都要呢個23蚊嘅收費落過嚟唐街。我相信在座，如果你哋喺出邊洗車入嚟，你哋會唔會洗車？冇辦法之中，洗車。你洗車 ，OK， 你洗車 ，OK， 一個禮拜洗幾多次？一日。OK， 咁嗰啲錢咧要喺邊度嚟嗱？同時仲有一樣嘢，我想講嘅就係唐人街，我哋亦有好多餐館，亦有生意，有好多嘢，但係。我哋喺唐街呢啲公所或者啲僑社幫大家啲僑胞嚟做嘢嘅，係我哋喺出嚟服務係義務嘅，啱嘛？義務嘅係冇錢攞嘅，係最多或者俾翻3-2蚊你飲杯咖啡啦 ，OK， 即係義務，我唔緊要，呢啲係我哋為啲唐人、為啲僑胞、為呢個社區嚟做嘢。但係如果你話叫我出唔出咧，學你話事仔，我俾。但係我一個禮拜俾得幾多次咧？俾到我冇錢嗰陣時，我邊度攞咧？係 ，OK， 我俾一個禮拜我出5日，但係而家或者一個禮拜我出1日，或者甚至如果我要食餐或者落唐街做乜，我唔會去免搭收嚟嘅。我一個人我或者會，如果我帶埋我屋企人20幾人。出嚟食餐飯，點樣去搭收嚟？係咁樣有咩個辦法咧？有辦法，我可以喺嗰度，我唔可以落唐街，我去忽省，嚟忽省我唔需要啦，我洗車去到有地方泊車添，啱嘛？咁我好方便啦，咁啊變咗唐街咧已經係一個人少一次，一個人少一次，唐街就變咗。冇晒生氣㗎啦，已經冇晒咩做生意好難亦好成，所以我哋盡量係去爭取正話啲主席啲辦理人都柯羅都將情形都講過晒，我都唔需要點講，但我係講我自己個問題。呢個問題唔淨止係講話我自己，但實在就係在座每一位都可能發生嘅問題，係嘛？咁所以我哋呢個係。盡我哋嘅力去做，睇點樣去減低呢個消費，或者佢哋另外一個辦法唔去用呢個23蚊嘅，用其他嘅方法，好多方法喺個經費喺邊度嚟？喺聯邦或者喺馬場或者其他嘅嗰啲收費就入嚟俾我哋嘅，啱唔啱啊？我哋可以申請攞呢啲啊，點解要喺我哋呢度每一日架車23蚊？如果我哋請架車落嚟，嗰架車你係 Uber， 你講 Uber 收我哋幾多錢？好貴，仲要加埋呢23蚊嘅，你要收唔收？我唔知道。如果係講緊嘅，我哋出一次街或者要100幾蚊㗎啦，係咪啊？淨係請架車要100幾蚊咯，咁我點食餐啊？我所講嘅就係希望大家有一個辦法出嚟，大家俾啲意見出嚟，點樣去改善呢個，同埋 staff 佢哋改良呢個，睇佢哋另外一個方法去做呢樣嘢。OK 啦，我所講嘅就係咁多，相信大家心中都知道係呢啲頭先嗰啲我都講過啦。希望你哋大家有咩好嘅意見發表出嚟啊 ！OK， 多謝多謝。
點樣講先？梁生，你。
Me? Oh. Hi, my name is Stephen Chang. I'm a very active board member as a Chinatown Beat. Like everyone says, the congestion price will stay, will come in soon. But we try to organize. What I suggest is the more organized from 60th Street, let's say it's Times Square beat, Soho bid. We should organize those bid. The bid is a business improvement district. This will be affecting all the business downtown Manhattan. So I suggest we organize all the bid and with local association to fight this unfair, what I say is a discriminatory action against Lower Manhattan, because only Manhattan. I suggest that we should ask them to impose congestion price to all boroughs. Flushing is a congestion, a lot of traffic congestion. Brooklyn, downtown Brooklyn is a congestion. They should have all the boroughs impose congestion price in order to, just discriminating our downtown Manhattan area. And we get unfair treatment and unfair the competition from the other boroughs, the restaurants, shoppings. We are in a disadvantage in downtown area. That's what I suggest. We should organize more, not just Chinatown. We literally get together. We need to organize all the bid, especially bid, because a bid means improvement business in the district. So the bid should acting as a more active in this issue. And we should be fair competition. If every borough has a congestion price on them, so we compete each other. We right now we have a disadvantage because only imposed to Manhattan, Lower Manhattan. That's unfair. That's what I suggest.
Stephen, you need the help.
Yeah, I will bring up to the big association.
Susan, you want to speak? Susan.
Hi, good afternoon. On May 15th, I wrote an op-ed in the Daily News about how congestion pricing is going to really decimate the local economy in Lower Manhattan. Right now, you look at Lower Manhattan, it is one of the most tourist-rich neighborhoods in Manhattan. If you add $23 to every car that comes in, people are going to come. Businesses will suffer. You look at Chinatown, you look at Little Italy, you look at the Grand Street Corridor. These are naturally occurring retirement communities where seniors live. They cannot afford $23 to go see their doctor. It's not about coming into the zone. It's within the zone, you still have to pay $23. And I don't think that people understand that there is this regressive taxation. I've been working with groups north of 61st Street on the fight against congestion pricing and for exemption. And the reason why is because they're afraid that pollution will increase north of 61st Street because people will drive around there, park their car, and take the subway into the congestion zone. I've been working with a group in Battery Park City. What happens when cars are coming into Lower Manhattan, if you use the West Side Highway and the East River FDR Drive, you do not have to pay that $23. Again, pollution will be increased in those two corridors. Pollution knows no boundaries, and I think that that's one of the things that we need to emphasize, is that there's gonna be increased pollution in the perimeters along the congestion zone. And the pollution is gonna come into our district, regardless if cars are coming in. So I think one of the things that we really need to focus and emphasize, and I agree with Stephen, is that we need to work with other communities. It's not just Lower Manhattan issue. It is actually a citywide issue if you look at the pollution, because it's gonna go to the Bronx, Staten Island. And these are some of the names that I want you to keep in mind. Dan Goldman, right to him. Chuck Schumer, right to him. Kirsten Gillibrand, right to her. Brian Kavanaugh, right to him. Deborah Glick, who is a representative from the West Side, right to her. Grace Lee, write to her. Christopher Martin, write to him. These are your elected officials. They should be fighting for the exemptions for you. That is why you elected them to be in office, to represent your interests. And if they're not representing your interests, you need to let them know. So that's what I leave with you is, we as a community can no longer sit here as sheep and waiting for federal government, state government to slaughter us and take money from us. As people in the working class families, we can't afford it. So we need to write to our elected representative and let them know that, no, this is not okay. And I agree with Justin. We didn't ask for it. No one consulted with us. So now we need to let them know that this is not okay.
我哋中華中商會董事長，我係董事長。
董事長。
Thank you。大家好。剛才我嚟參加呢個會議咧，即係陳醫生同埋Raymond 主席同埋伊金山主席律師，佢哋嗰兩位講咗好多意見出嚟。咁實在係咪應承咗事實㗎啦？呢件事。咁如果既然成咗事實，我哋有乜切衷嘅辦法？係咪要點樣同佢講下價？係咪應該減低啲？係呢個方法係咪應該咁樣做咧？事實就已經成咗啦，希望將個價錢減低啲，即係呢個係切衷嘅辦法。如果你係有冇可能啊，陳醫生？如果係有可能，我哋應該就去睇大家集中嘅力量，發動啲人，即係去示威又好，乜去同政府講數又好，乜都好，爭取呢個條件翻嚟。咁啊，我覺得係最實際㗎啦。咁好多謝大家。
Jason， 你唔得閒啊？你可以發表我哋嘅意見一陣啦，我哋。
Jenny，you'll be next。
大家好，我係安倫工商總會嘅會長江俊南 Jason。咁其實呢個入城費咧，唔係淨係揸車嘅人 ，OK？ 其實喺 city 住嗰啲人咧，點解咧？骨牌效應。我哋嗰啲 business 收費貴咗，負擔貴咗，就要加價。加邊度啊？大家，就算你住喺唐人街，住喺 Daisy， 你唔需要揸車，你don't drive， 你都要俾呢個錢，因為啲價會升。所以咧，如果我哋同埋咧，我哋會好支持大家一個人嘅力量做唔到嘅 ，OK？ 所以如果你哋 if you need help， will help。If you want me to be here, I'll be here. Okay? Thank you.
Jenny, you need to introduce yourself.
I'm Jeannie Chin. I live at Chatham Towers. I just wanted to provide historical context to the congestion pricing struggle. When Mayor Bloomberg first proposed congestion pricing, it was Chinatown who rose up to fight it. On the city council level and through the assembly. We were the only community that had rallies at City Hall and at Kim Lam Square. We were the ones who got in the media and in the faces of our elected officials at that time, and we can do it again. I agree with all the people who are telling us that the huge collection of fine doctors in Chinatown, people from the outer boroughs do take cars in to visit the doctors. And they will not take those cars in if they're going to have to pay the congestion pricing fee, okay? So the other thing is, who is bringing all these cars in? It was Mayor de Blasio who gave 50,000 permit placards to city workers in his last years. And we had already fought them through the Civic Center Residents Coalition years ago with Justin's help as well. So the fee is going to be meaningless for people who have money. So it's going to be a roadway for the rich to travel in the city. Whereas the middle class, especially, think about the property of small business owners in Chinatown. They have small shops. Their warehouses are in the outer boroughs. When they have to bring their supplies in and out of the congestion zone, they're going to incur the fee, and we're going to pay for it. Why should we be taxed for living in this neighborhood? there are just so many negatives to it. And I agree, we need to make alliances. One of the alliances has to be New Jersey's governor, who is going to fight this on the city level. We have to, as Susan said, fight with let our elected officials on the state and also the local level know that's our position. We have to get out there. We need some press conferences. We need to make alliances with people in Little Italy and in other areas of the city, because if you read the articles in the local newspapers, you will find there are many allies, thousands of allies. We need to reach those people. And unfortunately, the New York Post is one conduit because they are strongly against congestion pricing. They just had an article in the newspaper. We need to work with them. So build alliances and business alliances, etc. Thank you.
Then introduce yourself.
Hey, hello there. Hi, I'm Bernard. I am someone who comes to Chinatown every day. I need to drive from Fresh Meadow all the way to Chinatown every day. Putting in this congestive pricing on it is really killing my pocket, and I can guarantee you to a lot of people who's here. I deal with a lot with seniors. Seniors have to be driven to Chinatown area, to downtown area. One, for their health care. Second, for their gathering, for their mental health care. And that becomes overly expensive for them to even get together to meet their friends and family. This is something going to be impacting the community by itself. But at the same time, did anyone come to us and ask us how we feel? What do we need? Remember a couple last week, or so ago, you guys remember to vote? Did the person you vote for speak up for you on this issue? Does it worth that piece, that little bit of ink that you mark for that person? So this is very important. You mark what, you vote for what you believe in. You vote for your own value. And if that guy or that person or that lady is not helping you out, then you've got to remember that during election also. You've got to make yourself sound, okay? They're talking a lot about pollution, about green energy. That's another law that's coming along. It's Local Law 97. They're putting heavily onto green energy. They're changing all the complex, all the co-op, and they say have to be green energy. They're taking away the gas stove. They're taking away wood oven pizza. This is very important too, okay? So we got to come together and we got to say something. We got to make it out loud to make sure the government hears us. Make sure the elected officials hear us. And make your action count. Thank you very much.
Jackie, could we hear from some Little Italy folks too?
Sure. Emily or? Oh.
Hi. Hi, Vivian. I'm president of St. Gennaro, and I'm very active in the Lima Little Italy Merchants Association. We Italians, we don't necessarily come to meetings, but we do have a vote. We show up at almost every Chinatown rally that there is. We come to support Chinatown. Congestion pricing will really impact on the businesses. I own a restaurant. I am not doing well. The weather is getting better. Schools are out. Hopefully we are going to do better. But with this congestion pricing, we will suffer. So I'm on board with this group, and I will have our group on board. And like I said, although we don't show up for the meetings, we do have a voice.
Yeah, good.
In the back. Pass the mic in the back. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Howard Chin. I'm a property owner here in Chinatown. I just said that the MTA is so poorly mismanaged that it's not going to end with congestion pricing. Don't forget that we have 4 free bridges coming to Manhattan. Queensburg, Manhattan, the Brooklyn, and the Queensboro Bridge. They also plan to toll these bridges. So, you know, this is not the end, and we have to fix the MTA because they don't know how to manage things. That's number one. Number two, nowhere that I hear is that there'll be some kind of carve out for the hours. Right now, they want to do 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So tell me where's the congestion at 1 o'clock in the morning, at 4 o'clock in the morning? Why do you still need to charge $23 at those hours? So there is an ulterior motive, and not a good motive. So no, we should shake up the MTA, really make them accountable for their spending. Thank you.
Thank you. I think we can pause a little bit because the opposition have some debate, and then they will have the time for media.
No, let me say something first, and then we will open back for like future suggestion and comment and more. You know what we're gonna do. We're not going to just sit here and talk and walk out. That's useless, all right? So the key is, I totally agree with you. We had to work with other groups. I don't think we are strong enough. But we had to organize ourselves first. We cannot just go and say, I'm Dr. Thomas and can I join you? That's meaningless. It's a no meaning. Uptown, people don't get you. Who are you? So we had to organize ourselves as a coalition of this area. And then we joined the other area like BID, you know, we had to join. So we cannot just join themselves as a single person. So the key is, that's why we're here today. We want to form our coalition. Hopefully, with this core group, we can get bigger. Get your friend join, everybody join. Then later on, we can have a Zoom meeting, get everybody, and plan for the next action, what to do. So I have few suggestions from all my friends. What should we do? Of course, it's a suggestion, okay? Then later we'll open up for comment and what should we do, all right? So, the easiest thing, as we said, the cheapest we can send letter and email campaign, as you already mentioned before. And then we can meet with our elected officials because they're supposed to be representing us. So we should campaign to them. Even though, for example, New York City don't have the authority over it, but they do have input to it. So our councilmen, for example, they should be able to bring up our voice, our thing to the city hall, and the mayor had to go up to the New York State and do something. And remember, the congestion pricing already approved by the New York State, by the federal. That means it's no more turning back. It will go. But very critically for next few months, remember I said the traffic mobility review board is considered the 6th board member. It's under MTA. And they're going to look at all the requests from every neighborhood, every profession. What kind of request that you want, what kind of extension, what kind of reduced fee. So we don't do now, we just sit here, and Chinatown will be the only neighborhood, and then Little Italy, Chinatown will be the only neighborhood in this area, in the whole Manhattan. We are the one paying $23.
Yeah.
And they not, because Midtown already saying, let's incorporate the Midtown tunnel into 20. You know how much cost them to $8 one way to Midtown, out $18, $8, $16, right? That mean what that mean? Midtown people are only paying $7. 7 plus 60, because they already pay 60 right, to cross the Midtown, right, for example, or cross the Lincoln Tunnel. So if they incorporate that into the $23, that means they pay $7. Of course, they don't mind pay $7 more. But what happened here? We had to pay the whole $23, and we are the poor neighborhood, right? So the key is we can do a few things. Sending letters and email campaigns and whatever. But then, if we go further, be honest. You want someone to hear us, to hear our voice? If we just, like I'm campaigning in CCBA here. Hello, who gonna hear me? Nobody. So you really want to do it further? We could get lobbying team and a public relation team. They could get your voice, your message, right to the MTA board, right to the traffic mobility review board. Of course, that will cost money. All right. I just give you some figure. I don't mean we're going to do it, but I just let you guys know, have some idea how much it costs. I talked to a friend. You know, he will treat it like a friend because he said we are friends. So they will treat it a better price. They will charge about $5,000 to $10,000 a month to do the lobbying for us. $5,000 to $10,000. And then you hire another PR firm, a good PR firm, right? They do the public relations. So will be another $5,000 to $10,000. But think about it. We're not paying them for the whole year. The critical time is next 3 months. We had to get our extension, our reduced fee in next 3 months, not the whole year. So that means that's why they charge so much, because they're not going to work for you for the whole year. And then another thing, we go more extreme. Actually, Uptown, already not Uptown, Midtown already has some group. They already setting up legal. They ready for go to sue the MTA, go to the court. I already know a guy, a lawyer. His name is Koei Barak. He is a government civil case lawyer. Their group is ready to go for lawsuit. And actually, they don't ask us for money. They want more people to join them so they get more power, more manpower, more voice. So if we're willing to join them, they're happy to take us in. Of course, we can contribute, we can donate some money. That's actually the fruit group, they are ready to go. Remember New Jersey Mayor, Governor Murphy, yesterday just announced on the newspaper they're ready to go to sue MTA, New York City. They said, why New Jersey people had to pay the tax, $23, for your stupid MTA mistake. You don't know how to manage a VY, New Jersey had to pay. So same thing, if New Jersey can bring a lawsuit, we can bring a lawsuit too. Do they look at our poor people here? We need to in and out. Remember our population in Chinatown now, actually we know it's coming down, right? Lots of young people moving out. We have lots of elderly live here. Do they have purchase power? Not too much, we know that. So we need this area, like Little Italy and China, we very rely on outside visitors to come in to eat and shop. $23 will kill the whole Chinatown and whole Italy. Uptown, Midtown, there are more residents, okay? There are more high-rise, more big condo. Those people have money to come down, maybe eating or whatever. Do we have fancy condo, like $1 million condo here? No, we don't. We have most of here, the housing here, are rent control or subsidized housing. So this area, we really rely on outside visitors, especially as Justin said, people coming to see doctors. The children bring them, their grandparents come and see doctors. Do they come in and go? No, they don't. Usually they come in, they sit there and eat and do some shopping before they go. No one just come in China and just go, okay? Remember, they had to wait 2 hours for doctors anyway, right? So yeah,
Make it 3.
So what they do in the 2 hours? They go out and eat and shop and do something. And then they make Chinese. And also, remember lots of elderly, whoever moved out to Chinatown, they still come back to visit, in the community centers. So the key today, that's why we want this paper. Everybody fill out. We're going to organize this. Then we can call everybody, email everybody. We're going to set next Zoom meeting. Hopefully you can bring your friend or everybody to join this. We got to make this group big enough. We must have a critical mass. We cannot go uptown to say, let me join you. They say, how many people you have? We have 10 people. They say, come on, I don't care. They don't even care. So if we have 500 people, 1,000 people down here, they're happy to take you. And the other guy always say, you don't have to pay us legal fee because we just want people to go to the court. We got enough people to fight. The lawyer, they're already ready to go. And New Jersey is going to stop the lawsuit. Of course, that's another extreme. You want to do an easy way? Then we need some donation for lobbying fee, PR fee. We can go up to maximum like $60,000 because you talk about, for example, for 3 months, right? $5,000 to $10,000 PR firm, $5,000 to $10,000, lobbying firm. Be honest, if we really want to fight, we need that. Why? I'm just campaigning here, like what I'm saying now here. Do you think government also gonna hear me? She don't. She don't know who the hell this guy talking about. I don't even know you. That's why the lobbying firm for. They will bring your message up there. So if we want to do very seriously, we could do all that. Sending letter, email, meeting our elected official, and poll tax, we should do all that too. On top of that, if we're very serious, we should have our lobbying firm or PR firm. If you don't have the money come up, then we should join the Uptown team, we should get together, even starting a legal lawsuit. They're doing that, because Uptown already 2 or 3 people doing that. New Jersey governor is doing that. Why not us? We should do it. But then the key is we have to get together. We must form our coalition first. I cannot do my job. I start to conversation through the New York City. So let me introduce a few of the key people here. Justin and Edward will be our town hall will be our coordinators. Any question, come go to town hall stand up. Let people look at you, look at your face. He look like me. Yes. We have 3 forehead, actually 4. So we be the coordinator for the future action. So the key is we want to get all your name, all your email, all your cell phone, so we next time can set a Zoom meeting, and then we can go from there because we want you guys to become more friends to join us. I know someone cannot come to the meeting because today's 1 p.m. You know it's hard for people to come. We can have another meeting later on, but we have to do it quick because what? The review board for the next 3 months they will decide. If we don't complain now, and the other side complain, they give them like $10, for example, right? Oh, they complain a lot, give them $15, $10. In China, no one complain, what happened? Yeah. We in a $23. We will be the stupidest people on Manhattan paying $23. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, Thomas.
Now open to the floor.
OK。咁我係記者，呢度今日咧參加咗900人咧，你頭先講嗰啲係具體嘅嘢，你可唔可以揾一個人，俾一個 email 或者俾一個聯絡方法，係今日唔喺度嘅人可以擺喺報紙度，如果佢有好似你講嘅 suggestion 啊 lobby 捐錢咧，有一個方法俾我哋寫低，然後有 suggestion 可以嘛？
可以。
我哋今日講完咗之後，寫完咗之後冇方向。
唔係，我哋而家最重要係聲個。
因為而家大家坐喺度，其實一個聲音係反對，係再講落去都係反對。但係咧，反對咗之後，一定要做啲嘢，咁做啲嘢具體做啲嘢。咁譬如咧，你頭先講嗰啲嘢，譬如email campaign email to where contact official elected officials who just like 我哋嘅 council member， 佢咁係贊成 congestion pricing 嘅。你覺得佢真係會幫我哋申請？第三，你頭先講話 lobby 嘅錢 ，where 即係你俾一個地址電話，我哋話如果邊個有興趣捐錢或者參加 town meeting 或者參加你嘅 call member， 俾一個聯絡我哋辦報紙。
OK， 唔該晒。Justin 有冇？因為你係Democrat 嘅 leader， 我哋嘅呢度嘅 leader， 可唔可以等你個名落去，你個 office 落去啊？
可以。
用 Justin 個 office 嘅電話嘛。
Your office 你講係 number and then 即係話有邊個有新嘅意見可以走去你個 office 度？
用你嗰個咩 Eastern Chinatown Eastern Net Block 嗰個啊？
好。咁樣啱周健人問啦，我哋嘅聯絡方式。聯絡方式咧，因為今日我哋開會啊，好臨開嘅，所以冇準備。但係咧，如果有人咧有咩問題，如果有人咧有咩意見，都可以攞到我哋辦公室。我辦公室喺邊度咧？係東方路去188號Room 153。Because today we just you call this meeting in the urgent, so we didn't prepare for the permanent email address, but as a district leader of 65 AD, I have my little office in the 88 East Broadway, New York 1002, and room 153. Everybody can bring your idea, your opinions, or you want to talk about this congestion pricing. I will be happy to accommodate. The mailing address you can use the same too, and my personal email you can use for temporary use purpose.
嗰度幾點鐘開門㗎？
嚇？
幾點鐘開門
幾時開門？我一個禮拜7日。
幾點
？From 10 to 4. We open up 7 days a week. District leader's office open 7 days a week from 10 to 4. My personal email address, so you can temporarily use my personal email address, Justin, CSYU, JUSTIN, CSYU @gmail.com. Justin, CSYU @gmail.com. Pretty soon we are going. I have all my assistant over there. Would you stand up, all my interns, my assistant? Stand up. Let everybody see you guys. Now those people are my summer interns. We already sent letters to the governor, to the mayor, to the elected officials, but we continue to send. If you have any email, you have any letters, you have anything you want to send, you don't know the email address, who we sent to, Harry? Who did you send to the other day? The congestion pricing?
We sent it to, I believe, the speaker of the...
Speaker of the Assembly, New York Speaker Assembly.
可唔可以俾個 letter 我哋啲 media？ 你嗰個letter。
Okay, we have all in the computer. You can get a copy from there. Okay, we prepared the letter. We have 3 forms of letter we sent to the governor, to the mayor, to the state assembly, to the majority leader and the deputy majority leader, the city council speaker, and our, just like Susan suggested, we already did. We sent to Kavanaugh, we sent to Grace Lee, Deborah Click we didn't send. We sent to councilperson Chris Martin, and we sent quite a few people. Yeah. So if anybody want a copy of letter after the meeting, you can get it from them. We have 3 forms of the different letters. We sent out. This is just on my behalf as a district leader. We did this. But from now on, according to Dr. Chen said, we all belong to this coalition against congestion pricing of the lower Manhattan. And later on, we are going to have an official email address. We are going to have official mailbox. But in the meantime, you can use my office. My office, I will tell you again, 88 East Broadway, room 153. OK， 我的办公室在88号东百老汇，房间是153号，怡东商场，我的办公室。如果有什么问题，有 suggestions, you have email, you have letter to email to governor, we will be very happy to do it for you. To governor, to speaker. OK， 如果大家有什么信要送给州长、送给市长，你们不知道怎么送的话，我们可以帮你送，我们可以帮你 email 过去，或者可以帮你 text 过去。我们有所有的 address， 我们有所有的那个民选官员的地址，我们都有。我们已经送过了，送给州长，送给市长，送给州参议院的议长，送给州众议院的多数党领袖，还有多数党的副领袖，还有我们的地区的这个州议员、州参议员，还有我们的市议员，还有我们的市长，还有我们的市议长，我们都送了。不过未來是我們這個 coalition 的名義要發出去，目前是用我的名義發出去的。
OK， 等我講埋最後一句，我哋再俾多2個人講完，我哋呢個會就完啫。基本上最重要，今日開會你個一定要填咗呢個表，咁我知道去邊度 contact 你哋，因為我哋遲啲或者會開個Zoom meeting 同埋或者再開個會。呢個我哋想，而家我哋最重係要幫個 coalition， 就話要幫每日，我哋唔黐埋一齊，好難同外邊聯絡，同外邊做嘢，好似BID 話我哋做嘢，我哋要有人一齊先可以同外邊人講。如果我哋自己散沙一盤，外邊人都唔睬你，所以我哋第一 we have to unite together first before we can go out and communicate with other groups. Say can we do it together or something？ 所以我哋最重要係。呢個要搞個呢個 email， 我哋遲啲搞個 Zoom meeting， 或者再搞面，同埋你哋再揾啲朋友一齊 join 入嚟，呢個係非常非常重要。今日唔該嗰個填晒個表，唔係我哋變咗仍然係散晒一團 ，OK？ 所以想俾我哋可以第二次我再 call 個 meeting， 我講嗱 ，and then we have our coordinator here, this Justin。Edward, me, and Tano, and our Secretary General, Jackie Chan, he's very important. And
two things, super quick. I just spoke to Victor Papa from Two Bridges neighborhood. Victor says 100% support.
Thank you. Last 2 speakers, and then we're going to close the meeting.
Jimmy 講幾句話。Jimmy 正。
大家好，我係邱偉倫。好多朋友都識得我。I'm Helen Q. I'm the candidate for City Council in November against Christopher Martin, who supports congestion pricing. I fully support this panel and all the effort that CCBA is doing to let our community's voice be heard. And this is so important because our business depending on our good policies. But current City Council and current Assembly and the Legislature ignore our community's needs. And I will be the voice and advocate for you in City Council. 我呢会去竞选，今年11月份跟马太对决，我会成为大家的声音，直接在市议会为我们争取，不要这个congestion pricing 的这个权益那么这件事情呢 ，congestion pricing 就是对我们是十分不公平的。我们的政府应该用很多的非常有效的方式来解决我们所遇到的财政问题。我们完全有这个能力，不需要在我们每个人当中来收取这23块钱的费用。所以呢，我一定会帮助大家，请大家記住我的名字邱海倫。So 我想話俾大家知，我呢係邱海倫，咁希望大家呢喺11月份選出我喺市議會嚟為大家發聲。多謝大家。
非常高兴今天有这么多人哈，我第一个可能讲国语哈，如果不懂的人要问我I'm 45 years in Chinatown. Today very important. This money charge $23 come from my pocket because I come in every day. If we pay $23, I'm not coming here. Number two, I think I'm a big member of the board. I'm, the big member, too. 我相信，如果这个加进去 I'm against B2. B not going to work to pay for. I'm not going to help them. OK? 如果 B 没有做到这一点帮我们，我会第一个出来反对 B， 因为当时的 B 是我争取回来的。OK？I'm Jimmy Chen in Chinatown, East Broadway. B 是我们第一个申请支持出来的。如果 B 没有站出来支持，我第一个退出 B 董事局，永远的董事局之一。OK？ 因为这个事情呢，关系到所有唐人街的商家、老人、生意。我觉得你最少少了一半的人。OK？这个第一件，我今天我和你 B 要 change no more B I tell you OK I'm serious OK 我可以让所有的商家不支持 B 如果他不站出来他不帮我们做事情我们要展现我们的力量第二点我们要大家都知道我们 to life we are all to life all of this room 太好了 we always be in journal 就是过去怎么做你就怎么做你要写信啊，你要学习非裔人那一种抗议，怎么抗议？先抗议，让美国主流知道 ，We are all together。这一次的活动，大家一起来 ，OK？ 我们的活动是，他们讲的是 about traffic，OK？ 我们要用 traffic 去抗议它。We got hire 1,000 cars driving on a bridge, all the bridge, start 2 hours. 看看他会不会看到我们？这个声音就出来。我告诉你 ，OK， 你要做到对到他这个事情，他是 traffic， 那我们要用 traffic 去抗议。所有 bottle bridge start 2 hours， 那我觉得主流媒体会不会出来？拍这个，这个是什么活动？这是我们的 power。如果大家能够做到这一点，我们每一个人讲话，刚才都讲了，那市政府、镇政府什么政府 ，you know all of the， 我们大家都不要说这么长时间，但是我们要 create 我们的团结，我们要对症下药。OK，we gotta be the right thing to do and get together。OK， 如果说你做到这一点，1000步，我觉得很多的车会开出来，所有的唐人街的商家有车都会赶到 bridge 上面去 停到2个小时或者3个小时，你觉得政府不重视我们？我不相信他不重视我们，我告诉你 ，OK？ 谢谢大家。
谢谢陆局。今天我们那个会要 close 的，因为2点钟我们今天只跟中华公所 schedule 到2点钟 ，so we're gonna close the meeting. We only scheduled for an hour for this event. Thank you very much for coming. Make sure that you fill the form so we can contact you in the future. There will be some questions down the road. Thank you for coming today.